Tonight, an academic year coming to a close in a way nobody could have imagined. We'll tell you what special gift the university gave the class of 2020 to send them off. Plus, DPS is investigating a report of biased language on an online post related to the university. We have details on the post and whom it targets. And the latest in the global pandemic. As numbers decline in New York State, Governor Cuomo making a major announcement about schools and colleges. All that and more coming up. Your CitrusTV news update starts right now. The Department of Public Safety is investigating a report of biased language on a Greek life website. According to an email sent out this afternoon, the post includes biased comments about African Americans, Catholics, and Hispanics. Good evening, I'm Gabrielle Caracciolo. CitrusTV has reason to believe this post originates from the website Greek Rank. The user used derogatory language to describe members of a specific fraternity. We will have more updates as they come. Students are wrapping up their semester after online classes drew to a close this past Tuesday. This marks the end of 6 weeks of online classes for students and the end of the spring 2020 semester. But for many, it's not time to relax just yet. Syracuse's first ever digital finals week started yesterday. And main campus students are starting to see housing and meal plan refunds in their bursar accounts today. All refunds are prorated to March 23rd. If there's an outstanding balance in a student's account, they can expect the refund to be applied to those payments first. According to the Syracuse University website, everyone is expected to have their refunds by May 11th. A special surprise for graduating seniors, soon-to-be graduates are receiving a box of gifts from the university. The box includes a Class of 2020 t-shirt, a stemless champagne glass, confetti, and a variety of CUES-themed posters. Back in the beginning of April, the Office of Student Activities emailed students with senior class standing, asking for their preferred mailing address. The box of gifts is serving as a replacement to the senior celebration the office typically hosts on campus. Meanwhile, for high school seniors, today, May 1st, is traditionally National College Decision Day. However, because of the uncertainty caused by the coronavirus pandemic, many schools are pushing back their deadlines to June 1st or even later. Among the schools in the CNY area to extend their deadline are Lemoyne and Ithaca colleges. Syracuse University, however, is not among those schools. The deadline for students to reply and submit their deposits for the fall semester is still today. The university hosted virtual Becoming Orange parties this afternoon to celebrate. Cornell and Colgate are also keeping their decision day today. And the latest on the global pandemic, as of today, Georgia has over 1,000 new COVID-19 cases and 33 deaths. This comes on the same day that Georgia Governor Brian Kemp lifted the shelter-in-place order. The state now has over 27,000 confirmed cases and over 1,000 deaths. And despite the pandemic putting many things on pause in our lives right now, the 2020 U.S. Census is still carrying on. CitrusTV's Erin Lyons breaks down how it's changing and why it impacts Syracuse and SU students now more than ever.
Just about half of the nation has responded. That's 80 million households. And 52.6% of Onondaga County has responded. But Syracuse is below 31%. The city has a historic undercount because of hard-to-count populations, new immigrants, the homeless, and students. Just 15% of the university area has responded to the census. 2020's count is not just important for students, but everyone in Syracuse, because the city will use this census data to redraw the Common Council districts. The director for the U.S. Census Bureau's New York region says this data will impact representation all the way down to the local level.
Local jurisdictions will use this for determining the number of seats or where they, how their what territories they may cover in local government.
The census also helps the federal and state government determine funding across the nation, Syracuse included. Baylor says some students might not realize how much they benefit from federal funding.
For students, it's bus transit, getting to and around the communities. It's the roads. It's the healthcare systems. Imagine if you took away the entire student population in Syracuse. Do you need as many restaurants?
Even if you're moving away, Baylor says you still need to fill out the census.
And while they may not be living at that off-campus apartment a year from now or 2 years from now, they are as of April 1st, 2020. And that's what we're taking the snapshot of. So it may not be them 2 years from now, but it's going to be another student.
COVID-19 is changing how the U.S. Census operates. There's not any door-to-door census takers right now. but you can still fill it out over the phone, through the mail, or online. And if you don't have your personal census ID from the mail, don't worry. Just go online to the census website and hit Start Questionnaire. From there, you'll put in the option that says that you don't have your personal census ID. After that, you'll submit your address and then answer some questions about you and your roommates. And if your parents included you on their census forms, that's not a problem. At the end of the count, the U.S. Census Bureau will double check and take you off your parents' forms. You've got until October 31st to fill out the census. For Citrus TV, I'm Erin Lyons.
Another person in Onondaga County is dead because of COVID-19. In his daily press conference this afternoon, County Executive Ryan McMahon announced the death toll is now up to 34. He says there are 24 new cases for a total of 947 active cases. 39 of those are in the hospital. McMahon also announced today that the guidelines for what qualifies as a recovery for senior citizens has changed. Seniors now must have a healthy trend for 14 consecutive days before they are considered to have recovered from the virus. Currently, there are 547 people in the county who have recovered. McMahon praised the public for following social distancing guidelines and helping to keep those numbers down, and he urged people to keep it up as the weather gets warmer.
We just need to continue to take advantage of the weather. We need it for our mental health, but in a smart way, in a safe way.
And in the state of New York, some hopeful news, as Governor Andrew Cuomo stated that all numbers were on a decline.
The number of hospitalizations dropping. And that is all good news. And that is a credit to the community and the social conscience and the responsibility of New Yorkers.
The daily death toll also going down. Yesterday's one-day death toll falling into the 200s for the first time since the virus's peak in New York. However, still too high for comfort. The governor announcing that all schools and colleges must now remain closed through the academic year.
We must protect our students. We have to protect our educators. Have the schools remain closed for the rest of the year. We're going to continue the distance learning programs.
Plus, Cuomo acknowledging the negative impact the pandemic has had on mental health, offering alarming numbers about domestic violence in the state.
There was a 15% increase in March, a 30% increase in April.
If you need help, the New York State Emotional Support Hotline is 1-844-863-9314, and you can access additional mental health resources at headspace.com/NY. If you're facing domestic violence, you can call the New York State Domestic Violence Helpline at 1-844-997-2121. That's all the time we have for tonight's Citrus TV News Update. This is our last remote newscast for now, as the semester is coming to an end. Before we say goodbye, we'd like to especially acknowledge the class of 2020. I'm a graduating senior, and I know this ending is not how any of us envisioned it. Yesterday, we should have been signing the alumni wall that we've walked by countless times before entering the Citrus TV control room and studio. It's strange to say goodbye to the place we've called home these past 4 years while not actually being there. But if these past few weeks have taught me anything, it's that Citrus TV is so much greater than the four walls in Watson Hall. It's the people that make the place, never the other way around. And whether we're near or far, I could not be more proud or thankful to be a part of the Citrus TV family. To the rest of our amazing seniors who have been incredible colleagues and friends, thank you for a great 4 years. We hope to see you again at graduation in the fall. For the last time for Citrus TV, I'm Gabrielle Caracciolo. Enjoy your evening, stay safe, and stay healthy.